Hello, we keep hearing that our dogs walking in front of us means that they want to dominate us. And this is wrong. That old method idea that is outdated, talking about us controlling our dogs all the time instead of empowering them and letting be dogs, is wrong. I'm going to give you an example. The other day in Geneva, I was coming back from the gym. I wasn't with my son or with my dog, so I had some time to have a look at what was going on. And I saw 3 dogs. One of the dogs was around 10-11 months, white, big, around 30 kilos, and he was with a man, and he had short leash attached to his, wrapped into his arm and attached to a back harness. The doggy was pulling because he was 10 meters away from the doggy park, and the guy was tagging him back. The other dog I saw was a medium dog with a lady around her 40s, and the dog just wanted to smell around, and the lady didn't let him to. So she was, again, with the leash wrapped on her arm, tagging the dog from the collar, and didn't let him walk or smell. So the dog ended up with his feet away from the floor. And the third dog is a lady, elderly lady around her 80s, with her small dog, with a 2-meter leash more or less, and the dog was calm, walking on her own path, smelling around and understanding the situation and enjoying the walk. So here it comes with the idea of what I want to say, is that we have to respect our dogs from who they are. Letting them smell, letting them be dogs, it's biology. It doesn't mean that they are being disobedient. I'm going to explain you a little bit how your walk should look in order to make it enjoyable. But first you have to understand that our dogs spend home alone a lot of time, and our dogs are social animals. They are meant to be with us. They are not meant to be around 4 walls without doing nothing. So when you go out for a walk, your dog needs to enjoy because it's his time out. And I want to explain you, before we get there, 4 things that you have to choose. You have to choose quality over quantity. Instead of, for example, walking your dog 5 times a day, 10 minutes, when you are on the phone, leash short, and not letting your dog be dog, choose quality. For example, choose a longer walk, 20 minutes, where your dog can smell and enjoy. And enjoy means being a dog. And it brings me to the fact that we have to understand our dog and respect them from who they are, because not every dog wants to say hi to other dogs. And here it comes, they can respond with impulsivity, with fear, with many emotions and behaviors that they are gonna give. But you have to know your dog, and if he doesn't want to go say hi, you don't need to force him. With dogs that are social, some of them are going to spend time with their family, and that's all they need. Time with you, doing things. You can go to a coffee, be on a terrace. It doesn't have to be overstimulating your dog, which brings me to the 3rd point. So we have been hearing also that we have to take our dogs to the doggy park, play. So we get them tired and they do not pull, and that is wrong. Because the most excited your dog is, the more he needs to practice calm and to have a balance, emotional balance. A tool that you could be using, and it's not just for the walk, but it will be nose work that is going to help him remove residual stress and bring balance. But coming back to overstimulation, think about calm, providing calm to your dogs. Of course, you can play with him, and he's gonna love it if your dog likes to play, but there are rules, and we have to play not with those balls dogs that you see, that you have the ball and you throw it and you keep throwing it and the dog becomes ballaholic, because that's an addiction and it's bad. Playing with rules, not needing to play with every dog they see, and not overstimulating them at the doggy park all the time. And also it brings us to the 4th. We have already talked a little bit about nose work. You have to let your dog smell on the walks. It's the way he's going to get to know the world. He's going to lose himself and feel better. Let your dog choose the path. I know my life is also busy because I have my work, I have my family, and like yours, we do not have much time. So choose quality over quantity, and within this quality, you can let your dog choose. For example, when I had Yuki, my Akita, before, he used to take me to the tram and he chose the right direction that got us home. And I didn't understand it at the beginning, but it was about to rain. So what do I want to explain you with this? Our dogs think, and they know much more things than we think they do. I work with many adopted dogs, that and you see them, they're walking outside and they choose, for example, to go to the shade. They choose to go to water because they think, and we have to let them be dogs and respect them from who they are. What makes a instructor on your walk? There are different things. Because you can be telling, okay, Christina, you're telling me that I have to let my dog choose the walk, but I have to go pick up my kids from school. That is something they do often in Geneva. They take the dogs to the school. So this will be a walk to go from point A to point B. And your dog has to understand that this is not the walk to be smelling and sniffing around. It's just here to here. For that, you would have to have a communication code and some self-control. So you tell your dog, no, we continue. And it doesn't need to be tagging your dog like if you're going to, because he has to stop sniffing and you are in a rush and you want to pull him. No. It would be like, no, here we continue. It's simple. It's much more simple than you might think. Disconnect and enjoy on your walks. For example, if you walk, if your dog wants to pick up something that you see on the street, we tend to open our dog's mouth and remove it. What is that going to make? And I see it often. I've seen dogs that had to have surgery because they swallow things out of overexcitement during the walks. That you can quickly fix it with playing, for example, and a simple communication code. Do not exchange one thing for another because that is teaching your dog to continue doing. We will have to teach our dog's brain to stop and then what to do instead. What do I recommend you as an equipment? I recommend you, that is what I use. This harness, for example, is this is the brand I use, but you can choose whatever you want. Let's say that the dog goes here, and it's an Y shape because it will go here, and you can attach the leash to the front, or you can attach it to the back. The leash I use is this one. It's a 3-meter leash with this, I don't know how you call it, with this thing to close it. And it's important that it doesn't break, especially if your dog has aggression or he has fears, because you have to be in security all the time. And it's anti-ripping, it doesn't burn. You can see the material here. Well, this one is kind of old. And I use a 3-meter leash because forget about that leash 1 meter that you have to put it here. That is not a healthy walk. 3-meter leash with one rule, loose leash. That's what you have to teach your dog. Our dog's individual distance is 2 meters. If your leash is smaller than that, your dog is probably going to be pulling. If he's not pulling, check if he's old or if he's comfortable, but it could be out of fear, okay? But normally, I don't want to be stick to my husband when I walk. I don't want to be a stick to my friends when I walk, or my boss, or whomever. I want to have my space and I want to enjoy. With your dog, it's going to be the same. So I hope you have liked it until here. It's been helpful. If you have any doubt, remember, choose quality. I'm going to make a quick, choose quality over quantity. Do not overstimulate your dog. Your dog doesn't need to greet every dog. Sniffing and choosing, and remember that we have to go, your dog has to understand the walk goes from point A to point B whenever you need it. And also, if he has to let something off on his mouth, it's easy. It's easier than we might think, but you have to build it and choose a good equipment. Your dog's individual distance is 2 meters. Shorter than that, he's gonna be probably pulling. If you need anything, I'm here. Remember that training, be happy. Bye.